Welcome to the Southern Oracles Tarot. I'm the Childlike Empress,
And I'm the Orin.
and this reading is for Pisces for January 2019. This is a general reading, which means it may or may not apply to your situation right now. So take the parts that apply and let the rest fly. The cards have already been laid out to save time, and since we don't like long intros, let's get into it. What I will say is the way it works on this channel is myself, the Childlike Empress. I will look at the spread and I will say my interpretation, and then the Orin will look and give her interpretation, or vice versa. Okay, sometimes we have multiple scenarios like this one, this particular reading. So again, let's get started.
Okay.
So the simplest one, if you were just looking at it for face value.
Oh, for 1 second, if you see a fuzzy little thing, that is my dog, Orin.
A fuzzy moving
And
thing.
she wants to be in the video today. So we're just going to let her.
Her butt kept scooching and scooching closer and closer to the cards. We were like, okay, we could put her off the bed, or she's just going to get back on it. So, all right, so
let me just read the, tell you what cards there are. All right, we have the overall energy is the Eight of Wands for, what's positions?
Six of Cups. Again.
Six of Cups. You have the Hierophant. You have the the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Three of Swords.
In the past position.
Oh, in the past position, you have the Three of Swords. You have the Chariot. You have the Star. You have the Lovers. You have the Eight. Is that the Nine of Wands? Nine of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
The Two of Cups. And the Page of Wands.
Right.
As the outcome.
Right. So just on surface value, there's a lot of good in this spread. There's a lot of anxiety with it, right? Just from looking at it. So the easiest, or not even easiest, the clearest message for me, and the simplest, I would say that, is that somebody is waiting for somebody to come back. There was a breakup, just starting from the past position with the Three of Swords, with someone that you consider to be a soulmate, someone that, with the Six of Cups right here as the heart of the matter. But you weren't committed to them. Maybe you guys weren't in a long-term relationship. Maybe the relationship was very short because the Hierophant is here as the blockage. Maybe you were dating this person, right? But you do feel in your heart that this person is your soulmate. You've got 3 soulmate cards in this reading. You've got the Six of Cups, which can signify a past life relationship. So that might be where the Star comes in here. I feel like you've known this person before. You've got the Lovers, that's how you see yourself, so you definitely feel like this person is the one for you. And then you also have the Two of Cups, in just kind of like the advice from the universe. So you definitely feel like this is a union of somebody that you are destined to be with. Your challenge is the Hierophant, though. So again, you guys are not in a commitment. Maybe you're not even dealing with one another. The Hierophant is like some type of structure, can be a relationship, can be a marriage. But you want to be committed to this person because you have the Queen of Pentacles as the foot. I look at this: head, what you think; heart, what you feel; and then feet, what you're doing. You really want to be committed to this person, even though you're not. To clarify the Three of Swords, that heartache card, because that's what's coming up to me as in this one, and even separation. It was confirmed with Sospirity, which means longing, La Fidelta, which means loyalty. So you are patiently waiting, even though it's causing you a tremendous amount of pain, to wait for this person, because maybe you don't believe that they are going to come back. I also got that from the environment above how you see yourself, which is the Nine of Swords. And I saw a few things in this card. First thing I saw is that she has 9 swords coming towards her, and of course you can see that as well. Do you want me to lift it up so you can see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so just really focusing on this card because the image is important. Okay, so if you see here, the 9 swords are coming down at her, but if you see, they're also blocking the window, and behind the window is an owl. So what I got out of that is you think that these fearful thoughts or these terrible thoughts are the truth, when really they're not. They're actually blocking out the truth. They're a lie. So
well, the owl stands for wisdom.
Yes, yeah, because the owl stands for wisdom, clarity, and truth, right? You have these 9 swords, these thoughts that you have, these terrible thoughts that are causing you tremendous amounts of anxiety, and you think that they're true, but they're not true because they're keeping the actual truth from you. So what you might believe to happen, that this person may never come back, because I see you want them to, but you're afraid they won't, with the outcome being the Page of Wands, which is some kind of good news, and the overall being the Eight of Wands, which can be communication or even travel. I feel like this person, you and this person are going to get back together. It's not even news. I think the good news is that you are going to see this person again. That y'all will reunite, especially with the Chariot card here.
And it'll be like it's new again.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
With the bambino here, to clarify this, the bambino is a baby. In these
But it'll
cards,
come in a new thing.
Yeah, a new beginning. It can be a new start, just like a baby, like something new coming in. So this union is going to bring about a new start, or once you guys are able to come back together, the new start will begin. You are going to get the good news that you seek. And that's the simplest thing. I see the Hermit here just to kind of give another clarifier for the overall, because we like to give multiple layers to a reading. So with the Hermit here, if you can see it, and I know you guys are probably familiar with the Rider-Waite, but if you're not, it's a man with a staff kind of in his head going on his own spiritual journey to figure things out. And he has a lantern. And inside the lantern is a star, and that's supposed to be his intuition and that kind of guide from the universe. If you notice here in your future circumstances, you've got the star as well. So this is being guided, even though you're in your thoughts. You're scooching your butt. Watch your butt. She heard. Okay. So you're being led. Everything is being led the way that it should be. It's going the way that it should with the Chariot and the Star card here. So good news is going to come of this separation. I think you guys are definitely, especially with Eight of Wands and the Page of Wands here, you're definitely going to come back together, and there will be a new start. So that's the initial of what I got from this. Especially, one thing I did see, I did want to mention with the heartbreak that you had here. You got the Il Nemico, which means the enemy. In this case, I'm going to say that the enemy is your thoughts. With the Nine of Swords, it's not necessarily any real bad things. The enemy is the way you think. It's almost like the snake he has in his hand. You wonder if this person comes back, if they're going to commit to you, because that's the challenge, and what you want is a commitment, or if they're just going to hide it. See how he has the cloak that's hiding the snake? You may be afraid that they're going to come in, pretending to be the same as they were before, maybe even pretending to want to commit to you, and maybe just pulling with the snake underneath his cloak the same old heartache that they caused before. So just keep in mind.
But again, those are your thoughts.
If those are your thoughts, remember that they're telling you that those are your thoughts. What actually is happening is not the same as what you think is going to happen, but that those are definitely one of your main fears. That the person, you may think, you're longing as you see her looking at him with his cape. She's longing for him to come back, but she doesn't know that underneath it he has bad intentions. Maybe you don't trust your intuition, and there's the star here, your own inner guidance. But according to the cards, it's going to be a good outcome. So just keep that in mind, that you have to be very cognizant of your thoughts about the matter. I mean, you can only do what you can do. We understand, being journeyers as well, how easy it is to get caught up in negative thoughts when you're not seeing those results in the real world. But the outcome of the spread is telling you that there is going to be a new beginning, and good things are going to come from it. So that's what I got for that situation, number 1.
Okay, for situation 2, it's a bit tougher. But I believe that a person, you're in heartbreak, but I believe that you may have had, or someone may have had a miscarriage.
A loss of a child.
A loss of a child, a miscarriage.
So you got loss of a child right here with the Three of Swords and the Six of Cups.
And you may have wanted to try again, but have been fearful. I see someone who may be taking fertility treatments and going to see a specialist with this Hierophant over here.
And I had another thought about that. The Hierophant could easily be the reason why he's a challenge, is because they're telling you that you can't conceive.
Okay.
Right, because in the past, you had this. So maybe the specialist is saying, hey, it's not going to happen. You guys aren't going to conceive. So that could have been a challenge for you, even though you really do want to be a mother with that Queen of Pentacles.
Yeah. But I think even though somebody may be telling you that, you're still going to move forward with that Chariot card. I see the Chariot card right here. You're still going to move forward with the Chariot card because this is your wish. You thought long and hard about it with this Hermit. But like I said, he's being guided by his wish.
Right.
So here we have the wish card, the star card. And you're being guided, and it's your wish, so you're going to go through with it. I see a lot of baby making going on.
Yes, with the lovers and
with the lovers and 8 of Wands. Yes,
tisk,
a lot of baby making going on. Even though you're either worried, I think it's twofold. I think you're worried about what might happen because of what happened in the past, but you're also worried what might not happen.
Right.
So you're worried about getting pregnant, and you're worried about not getting pregnant at the same time.
Right.
But from what I see from this reading, you have the 2 of Cups, so the 2 of you coming together, but it looks like you and your husband are on the same page. You both want this. And it looks like you're getting good news.
Yeah, with the Page of Wands.
With the Page of Wands, yeah.
And
of course, to top it off, we see the baby. We see the baby. So that was for scenario 2. Do you have something for scenario 3?
We both were sussing out scenario 3 because it was kind of coming to us in bits and pieces, but for some reason it's still there. Scenario 3 was a scenario where
an unplanned pregnancy.
Yeah, for some reason, and she got pregnancy, so I kind of, it may go along with scenario 2, where the reason why you're stressed out is because you two aren't married, you know. Or we also have the scenario where, just to add, this is adding to scenario 2, part of your concern might be that you two aren't married. So just keep that in mind, that maybe, you know, you may not be, every path is not linear. So for the other scenario, we have a couple who
maybe a teenage couple with an unplanned pregnancy. I see that they're worried, obviously, about what maybe a parent figure would say.
Okay, yeah.
With that card right here. They're loyal to each other. They're in love, but they may be too young to start a family. You guys could have met at church, and you could be worried about what a clergy person would have to say, what your church would have to say about it.
Yeah, morality could definitely be a blockage here.
Right.
You know, morality could definitely be a blockage.
And giving everybody the news and letting everybody know is causing you a lot of anxiety, causing this young couple, this teenage couple, some anxiety.
Yeah, young couple here with the 6 of Cups. But you guys are planning to keep it with the Chariot card here as the thought pattern, and then you doing is the Queen of Pentacles, what your foot is doing, which means you plan to become a mother. The way she's holding that pentacle, it definitely could represent that. Maybe it takes a lot of faith. You know, maybe it's testing your faith. I sometimes look at the 8 of Wands because because most Wands cards, honestly, are cards of challenges, whatever those challenges may be. I look at the 8 of Wands sometimes as more challenges, maybe more fast-moving challenges, because you remember in the 7 of Wands, the previous card, they're fighting off challengers. So it could very well be that now, with this being overall energy, you're going to have a lot more challenges, especially with a new life coming in. And if you are a young couple, you know, it may be something that you are worried, can you handle it? Yeah,
you have a lot coming at you at once.
Right. But maybe the advice here for this one is, as long as you guys stay on the same page, as long as you communicate with each other, because these two are face-to-face, things will turn out well.
Well, you can face whatever together.
Right.
You talk to whoever, the clergyman, your parents, together.
Yeah. Yeah, stand together, right? And this one, I would definitely say, make sure that you are on a unified front, and then you can handle whatever it is, whatever news you have to deliver or whatever news you're going to receive. You guys are going to be able to handle that. So that's what I see for that one.
The institution might be, if it's not church, maybe it's at school. You guys met at school, you're college students. You have goals, and this might be in the way of your goals
with the Chariot card.
For reaching what you have planned to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and it could even be that you got, like maybe you're in school and this would stop you from going to school. Yeah, I could definitely see that with the Hierophant. It would stop you from definitely going to school and succeeding, you know, with the Chariot card here and the 8 of Wands.
Well, that's what you're worried about
right
here.
But they're saying that it wouldn't be the case if, with the advice here, you guys work together and stay, continually communicate. A united front. I keep getting that, a united front with that scenario. So a lot of pregnancy going on in here.
Well, could be, also this could be the military, and I'm not sure where I'm getting that, but I think this could be the military.
Well,
two people,
the Hierophant could easily be the military.
right? Well, two people who are probably not supposed to be seeing each other to begin with.
Right.
And
what
you
if you had
having
to
to
leave
talk to your commander officer, or it could be that you have to leave your child. That's a different scenario, but yes, it could be that.
Yeah.
Could be that you have to leave your child and go somewhere. But for the last scenario, what I'm seeing is for an older couple.
And this is scenario 4.
And this is scenario 4, and this is for an older couple who've probably been together for what feels like a lifetime. Been together for many, many years. You are soulmates. You are twin flames. You do. Let me before I go into that, I have the 2 of Cups here, and I have the Chariot, and I have the 6 of Cups, which tells me you are soulmates, life partners, and twin flames.
Right.
So, but I can tell you a little bit difference where I see each of these cards. With the 2 of Cups, I always see the 2s of a choice as choices. And we also have the Lovers here. And the Lovers to me is not so much a choice, but something ordained. Coming down from the heavens, with that glow. I see that as something you don't choose for yourself. Maybe a higher purpose chooses for you. And the 2 of Cups is someone you do choose for yourself.
Right.
But I do see that all this life partner, soulmate, and twin flame is one and the same.
All in one.
So this is a couple who probably met when they were young and stayed together through the years.
Met in high school type of deal.
Yeah, like your high school sweetheart.
Right.
What I see is that you're together, though you may not be married.
Oh.
You've been together for, ever, and you're just not married. You just haven't done the deed. Like,
with the Hierophant here as the blockage.
right. Like who was that couple that was together forever? Like Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell.
Right. You guys are living together. So
living together,
partnership.
Yeah, you live as a partner. What's the term when you're married but you're not married? Common law? Common law marriage. Could be that you're in a common law marriage. But I see that one or both of you, well, I think one of you wants to actually get married.
I see you as being that person, Pisces. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to be married.
Well, unless you're dating an earth sign here.
True.
Then it's the earth sign. Then it's the earth sign who wants to get married. But who wants to get married, but you may be worried that this person, because you have such a free lifestyle, I think, with this 8 and this Chariot. I feel like you have like a freer lifestyle, like you are hippies or something like that. Right. And you may not think that the person wants to be in the establishment.
Right.
Yeah,
maybe they're anti-marriage.
Right, it could be anti-marriage, but not anti-love. They still love you, and you've been together forever.
Right, you're here, but one of you feels a certain amount of anxiety and heartbreak over the fact that this person is not wanting to be committed to you, because you want to be committed. You want to be married. With the Queen of Pentacles there as the foot action. You definitely want a commitment.
If you're worried about that, I don't see that being a problem. I think if you broach the subject with this person,
yeah, definitely here with that one. 2 cups.
You'll probably get the news you've been hoping for, because the Page of Wands is pretty much always good news. So yeah, I think it's just a matter of approaching the subject with the person.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. That's a really good one. Because people don't really talk too much about people in domestic partnerships and common law marriages, Some people are in long-term relationships where there is no marriage, and not everybody's okay with it.
Right. But I don't think you haven't been okay with it up until this point.
Meaning,
I mean, it could be
lack of official commitment.
Right.
This person wants a ring.
Yeah, it's an official commitment.
A legal contract. They want to be somebody's wife.
Yeah.
This is a desire to be somebody's wife.
Yeah, but I don't think up until this point this person has had a problem with it.
They may have. It was in the past. See, this is where our channel. This is the great thing about it, and I think that's what makes it so unique. We see, even within the same scenario, different things. So I could see that this person, this caused somebody in here some pain.
But this is recent past.
Right, it is the recent past. So maybe just recently they decided that it caused them pain. But just even using the clarifiers, they do say the same thing. Maybe you don't think this person wants to marry you. The Delta has to do with loyalty. L'Animico is, again, the enemy. Sometimes with you, it clarifies your 3 of Swords, so it has to do with these painful thoughts.
Oh, you might even feel like you're you're kind of being the enemy because we've always had this like free, loving, you know, and now you want to be established. So maybe you even thinking, I'm kind of the enemy within. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
maybe
we were fine before. Why do I want this now?
Right.
I'm causing problems.
Right.
It's causing
When there's
unnecessary
yeah.
problems. I could see that too. But I know for a fact that this is something that you wanted. You want that. Because you want loyalty. You want commitment. This is something that you've been longing for. And I would say with the ships coming in, you've been waiting for this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You've been with this person for a long enough time where you feel like they should want commitment too. You know, so I think it's causing you an undue amount of stress and anxiety. But the good news is that there's good news.
Right.
With the advice from the universe, definitely, maybe this person was planning to surprise you with this commitment all along. If this is your situation, if it really resonates, meaning like the characters are the right characters and your situation is very, very similar.
Well, I had a thought. If you, in this scenario, and let's say you didn't have any kids, but now you may have found you're pregnant, and that might be the catalyst to why you want to get married.
Right.
Or you could have had kids and lived like a freer lifestyle, and now you're having grandkids. And you're like, you know, I want them to understand what marriage is and commitment is about and all that. Yeah. Could be that. That's the catalyst for this.
Right. So there's always within every path. You see the energies are someone who wants marriage. So, but within that, it can take many different paths, just like a river. You can go down different, you know, different streams and everything like that. So always remember that when you watch these readings, when they say, you know, if it's take the parts that fit your situation and leave the rest, because there are many different Pisces everywhere with different ways that this energy interacts with them. So, but yeah, we had a lot of scenarios for you guys. As usual, complicated, which is good because it gives us a chance to really think. I had a really hard time with that third one, but I kept seeing pregnancy and someone who maybe was afraid to be pregnant. Marcy saw it, the Orange saw it in a different way. So, now the signs that we see.
Yes. We have Virgo, Cancer, Aquarius, Taurus. Strong Taurus, because we also have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here.
Yeah.
We'll see. We have Virgo.
Yeah.
Here we have the Gemini. Yeah, that's what I see.
Yeah, and Virgo with the Hermit here.
Yeah. Okay.
So, that's pretty much all the messages I have, which is more than enough. How about you?
Yep, I'm done.
All right, well, if you guys resonated with the scenario, please like, share,
and subscribe.
And we also encourage different perspectives, so please share how the cards and energies appear to you in the reading in the comment section below. Until next time, take care.
Bye.